Mr. Kannan, are you able to hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Professor Kannan, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I welcome you, all of you, to IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon 2023, which is a very exciting journey what we had as an IIT Tirupati Navavishkar IHA Foundation, a technology innovation hub at IIT Tirupati. It was something which we started 2 months back, 3 months back as an association. There's a lot of excitement. And this is the first time at which we are conducting this Mapathon together with IIT Bombay. But the journey overall, what we have seen, the excitement across the country, the students, the faculty, the mentors who have taken part, it was amazing. I think this is something which has a day come where all the hard work of the students we are going to announce as a results over here. Without any further delay, I would first like to invite our Professor Satya to the dais. Please come to the dais. I would like next invite Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, co-PI FOSS IIT Bombay. I would like to invite next Mohammad Qasim Khan, Project Manager FOSS. I would also like to invite Professor Anil, Dean SRC from IIT Tirupati. We are also fortunate to have most of the South Indian states and North state skill development authorities over here. To start off with, what we are going to do is have a quick introduction with the people who are around here, starting with Professor.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our IIT Tirupati campus. I'm Satyanarayana, Director of IIT Tirupati. I was earlier a professor of civil engineering at IIT Madras before coming to Tirupati as a professor in charge and then later on as a director. So once again, welcome, and I'll be speaking about the event later on.
Good morning, everyone. This is Pennan. I'm a faculty with IIT Bombay. Very warm welcome to people here and also those who are joining online. We look forward for your participation in the Mapathon. Thank you.
A very good morning to everyone. I'm Mohammad Qasim. I'm a project manager at IIT Bombay. I handle the GIS activities for the FOSS project. We are more excited as all the participants are. So today, soon after the result declaration, there will be more information regarding the GIS internship, which IIT Bombay FOSS project is going to offer along with IIT Tirupati Navavishkar Innovation Hub Foundation. Internship offers are going to come, fellowship offers are going to float. We are also going to announce the summer school. So a lot of excitement is there on our team as well. So on behalf of the entire FOSS team from IIT Bombay, we welcome you all for this result declaration ceremony.
Good morning, all. This is Anil Kumar. I'm professor in mechanical engineering. I'm also looking after sponsored research and consultancy activities at IIT Tirupati. I would like to welcome you all on behalf of IIT Tirupati CSRC, Center for Sponsored Research and Consultancy. Thank you.
Hello, all. Very good morning. So my name is Anandraj Kannadasan. I'm from Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation. So I'm just like a project head and I'm actually heading Nan Mudalvan. And nice meeting you all. And thank you so much for coming, especially our mentors and students from MIT campus. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Welcome. Myself, Rajiv Kumar Yadav, Assistant Director, Skill Development Mission, Uttar Pradesh. We are excited to associate with the IIT Tirupati and Bombay. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sujit Kumar Singh. I'm from UP Skill Development Mission. So we look after basically the World Bank funded projects with Government of India, Ministry of Skill Development, and there are a number of initiatives we have taken at the state level. We tie up with number of government institutions like IIT Mandi and other institutions, IIM Lucknow and all. And we are very excited to take what we are from here from IIT Tirupati and IIT Bombay. Thank you so much.
Good morning, all. This is Dr. Ravi. from AP State Skill Development Corporation. I'm heading for CGM, Chief General Manager Technical, looking for importing technical skills in collaboration with various MNC companies for all engineering students. So AP, we have collaborations like a Dassault system, particularly for mechanical engineering students and civil engineering students to train on aerospace, digital manufacturing and shipbuilding. In addition to that, we recently, our Chief Minister decided to establish a skill cascade system starting from ITI, Polytechnic and engineering and degree college students. So very happy to see you all here, and we are happy to collaborate IIT Tirupati too. Thank you.
Very good morning. This is Dr. R. Swati from Madras Institute of Technology, Anna University. We are very happy to participate in this IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon competition 2023. And we are very happy to attend this ceremony, result declaration ceremony. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Prabhakaran from Madras Institute of Technology campus and IIT Chennai. Actually, and I'm one of the faculty mentor from our campus, and we are eagerly waiting for the results.
Yeah, so good morning, everybody. My name is Isa. I'm also from MIT Chennai, Anna University. So I'm one of the team leads from the team and charters.
A happy morning to one and all present here. Myself Chandru, a student, a first year student of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, MIT campus.
Hello there. Thank you for giving us an opportunity, IIT Bombay, Tirupati and TNSDC for making this possible. I am the team lead for the team Dicata, and I'm also from MIT Chennai Anna University. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to IIT Tirupati campus. I'm Arijit Sharma. I work as an assistant professor at the physics department, and I have been associated with our hub on precision technologies from the very beginning. So it's a great moment for all of us that we are going to declare the results of the FOSS Mapathon. Welcome once again to our campus.
Hello everyone, this is Ragataranya. I am from College of Engineering, Guindy, Anna University, and I'm one of the team leads for the team.
Good morning, everybody. This is Chameli. I am also from College of Engineering, Guindy, and we belong to the same team.
Good morning, everyone. I am Sabari Karthik from CAG.
Hi, good morning, you all. I'm Professor Murali Krishna, Department of Civil Engineering, also associating with TIH as a disaster management as a faculty coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor Kannan.
Good morning, everyone. This is Professor Kannan Moudgalya from IIT Bombay. I'm the PI for the FOSS project. And really happy to work with IIT Tirupati with the Navavishkar iHub Foundation. And I will give a detailed presentation on FOSS shortly. Sorry, I'm unable to show my face. I am ill in my head and face. Please excuse me for that. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So the agenda for the meeting goes like this. The first, we'll have a talk about the FOSS activities from Professor Kannan, Principal Investigator, FOSS IIT Bombay. Then we'll have a talk from Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, co-PI FOSS, about Mapathon and evaluation methods. Then we'll have a detailed statistics about the Mapathon 2023 by Mohammad Qasim, he's a project manager. Then we'll have a talk about the IIT Bombay FOSS Marathon and IITTNiF collaboration from Professor Satya. Then we'll declare the results. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll now invite Professor Kannan to talk about the FOSS activities. Professor Kannan, please go ahead.
Professor Satya, Professor Anil Kumar, Professor Roshan, Professor Pendan Chinnaswamy, Mohammad Qasim, and then skill development officials of various states, Mr. Anand Raj from Tamil Nadu, Dr. Ravi from Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Sujit Kumar Singh and Mr. Rajiv Kumar Yadav from UP State, students and faculty from College of Engineering Guindy and MIT campus, and possibly other places in Tamil Nadu. Also, students and faculty members of IIT Tirupati who are assembled in person. Good morning to you. Very good morning to you. I'm really sorry I could not be present in person. For the launch of the event, I could join, but I have some personal difficulties in attending. We are happy to be doing this Mapathon jointly with IIT Tirupati, Navavishkar, iHub Foundation, which is a technology innovation hub for positioning and precision technology. So that is where GIS comes, positioning. And I will give a brief background of the FOSS project. What is the mandate of the FOSS project? And how it is different from other projects, similar projects, outreach projects, such as Swayam, Swayamprabha, and so on. And how we are building capacities through this activity. And how this activity with IIT Tirupati could be a game changer in this field. So I would like to present these shortly. FOSS stands for Free and Open Source Software for Education. It was established with NME ICT.
Sir, do you want to share your slides, sir?
I don't have slides.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, sorry about it. I thought that it'll be faster if I just mention without slides, if you don't mind. So FOSS was free and open source software for education, created with NME ICT funding. NME ICT stands for National Mission on Education through ICT. Started by MHRD in those days, now it is Ministry of Education. FOSS's mandate is to promote open source software, reduce the dependence on commercial software. I'll start with an example of a refinery project that we are doing for major public sector oil companies. So they approached us and said that we have to become Atmanirbhar. Can we develop a refinery software using DWSIM, which we have been already working on. So we are working on it with good results. I'll give a few examples of topics that FOSS is working on. R is a statistical software system. About half the PhD theses in India are based on data analysis. And many of them use commercial software, not necessarily licensed versions. We can do a tremendous thing if only we promote R. We can, in fact, in several ways, R can be better than many commercial software systems. We promote OpenFOAM, which is a computational fluid dynamics software. You all may know from the final book of Dr. Abdul Kalam, where he wrote about how we used CFD to overcome the Agni missile testing issues. In fact, this software is used extensively in BARC, ISRO, DRDO. IIT Bombay FOSS project promotes OpenFOAM. We promote eSIM, which is an electronic circuit design software. It is capable of doing mixed signal simulation. It is a fairly advanced software, although open source software. We did a hackathon with Google Sky 130. The completed designs were ready for siliconizing in a foundry. In fact, some of the designs came back as chips. So I'm going to talk about how students contribute to this, participate in this shortly. This is just to give a flavor of different things that we are working on. Scilab is an amazing alternative to MATLAB. We promote this in a big way. Python is another software. You can think of it as analytics, AI, ML software, and so on. More importantly, or equally importantly, it is also used as a gluing software. You can bring together various software and create new software systems. OSDAG is software for designing and detailing of steel structures as per IS 800:2007. This is something developed at IIT Bombay by my colleague, Professor Siddhartha Ghosh. We have a few other software systems as well, but I think this will give an idea of what we are working on. The website of FOSS is fosse.in, FOSSE.in. I would like to point out the major difference between FOSS's way of capacity building versus some of the other NME-ICT projects such as Swayam, Prabha, and so on. Just to give an example, of course, NPTEL is very well known. These projects, NPTEL, Swayam, Prabha, for example, they bring the best in the field from various institutions, and they deliver some of the best lectures possible anywhere in the world. They recorded, edited, and made available to the public free of cost. In addition, there are after delivery support as well. For example, homeworks, assignments, possibly online exams, certificates, and so on. So this is something done by these established projects. The FOSSE project is somewhat different in the sense that we raise the levels of students. We train the students and raise them to the level of contributors, make them contribute. We curate the content and make the content available as a useful resource for the whole world. Okay, so this is, I would say, one order of magnitude more difficult because you have to create methodology and instructional material to raise the levels of students. Okay, these are students from ordinary colleges. There could be a good student from a college in a remote place, but he or she may be in a position to contribute. So can we empower them? So I have some examples of that. So basically, we raise the level of students, make them contributors, validate their work, release to the public, and recognize them. Because once their contribution is released, there is an URL associated with that. That URL is given to the students, which they can use in many different ways. I'll give some samples of some of the work that we have done. About 1,000 students from across the country have contributed to Scilab textbook companions, writing Scilab code for 1 lakh textbook examples, and similar numbers, for example, for Python textbook companions. We have 300 students from all over the world. In fact, quite a few have contributed from the Latin America. From all over the world, I have created flow sheets of 300 different chemical plants using DWSim. About 750 students from all over the world have created electronic circuits through case studies and hackathons. For example, I mentioned about the work that we did with Google Sky 130 recently. 200 students have created open form case studies. Remember, this is about computational fluid dynamics. And there are flow studies of missiles, fighter jets, and even it could be something that we use on a day-to-day basis, such as fans. And, in fact, during the COVID days, there were studies about how the virus was spreading, for example, which is a computational fluid dynamics study. So that project is headed by Professor Chanani Muralidharan in mechanical engineering. who also happens to be a graduate of IIT Madras. By the way, I also studied at IIT Madras, just like Professor Satya did. And then, of course, Mapathon. Mapathon is the last one. We have done several things. I will not detail them. I have written about many of these things in my LinkedIn profile. I've written articles after every one of these competitions. I told you about the eSIM competition with Google. We have done it for Scilab. We have done it for Mapathons. Previously, we had conducted a few. Every one of them I have summarized in my LinkedIn page. Finally, Mapathon, right? Mapathon is another skill building exercise wherein we train students across the country to contribute. In fact, in the last Mapathon, there were also school students who could contribute. We created something called spoken tutorials suitable for self-learning so that anyone, any student, even a school-going child should be able to learn if they are motivated. They are dubbed into our languages. For example, we dubbed into all South Indian languages and also in Hindi, so that the material is accessible to most children across the country. And we made it also usable offline. When you want to train a large number of people, motivated students, but not necessarily, let's say, nowhere comparable to some of the best professors, for example. Good students, top students, but they are still students, but they are motivated. So can we make this content available to them, accessible to them? Can we empower, let's say, lakhs of students and say, why don't you study and join in this competition, right? And mapping is an amazingly important thing. Everybody needs, even panchayat leaders need, for example. And you need lots of people to go and map, for example, their details of their houses, pakka houses, for example, and where the roads are there, where the roads are not there. In fact, a district collector from Washim, he said that many of the roads are closed because of various reasons, construction, encroachment, whatever. So the farmers are unable to take their grains to the market. Can we think of alternate routes, for example? I'm just giving an example. So there are lots of things, and this kind of mapping cannot happen at the ISRO level, satellite level. It has to happen at the ground level. So it is important that we empower our children, and we need to have a methodology to train them. So we have developed that. Finally, I would like to conclude my talk explaining why do students contribute? Why do they participate in these activities? For example, I said 1,000 students contributed to Scilab. Now also you will see Mapathon. So many hundreds of students from all over the country have participated. Why is it they do? I mentioned it briefly earlier. We give the URL of the students and it gives a recognition. I know that some time ago, there was a student who was applying for assistantship in Rutgers, and the professor there asked him, how do I know that he can do coding? So this person sent the URL for the Scilab textbook companion page. Immediately, he got the RA-ship. I can give many examples in every one of the fields. This has helped students to get internship, full-time job in MNCs, and funded admission for higher studies in prestigious institutions all over the world. Okay. The objective of FOSS is to build capacities in important areas of applied IT. Okay, because we know about programming, compilers, and so on and so forth, which are done by computer scientists, which is a very hot field. But what about IT support in other areas? Okay, so we concentrate on that by directly working with students. Of course, in this process, the teacher mentors from these colleges also get empowered. Okay, in fact, long time ago when we started this, there was a professor from Erode, and he wrote several Scilab textbook companions, and then using the honorarium money that we gave, he bought a good laptop, which he didn't have at the time. And these mentors also encourage their students to contribute. So the mentors are extremely important. With that overview, I would like to thank a few people. First of all, IIT Bombay administration for giving an amazing environment to develop this project FOSSI, and to encouraging us to join hands with, for example, Navavishkar Foundation at IIT Tirupati and other agencies. I would like to thank the IIT Tirupati administration for giving amazing support to this activity and encouraging Professor Roshan to come and work with us. Finally, I'll be failing in my duty if I don't acknowledge the National Mission on Education through ICT, Ministry of Education, Government of India, for funding the FOSSI activity. Thank you very much. Goodbye and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think this is been an amazing journey for FOSSI. I think they have been enlightening a lot of students, mentors across the country. I think they deserve a big round of applause. Just give a big round. Okay, I would like to next invite Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, co-PI FOSSI IIT Bombay, and also professor in charge the Rural Data Research and Analysis Lab IIT Bombay. He's going to talk about the Mapathon and the evaluation methods. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks, Professor Roshan and team for having us here. So I would like to go through the process in which the Mapathon formulated and the results and submissions which have come through and how we negotiated who's the winner, champions and all. So before that, I'd like to thank those who have invited us, especially. So thanks a lot for having us here, and this is not possible with all the partners that have been mentioned here for the Mapathon. And the conceptualization, as Professor Kannan was telling, there's a lot of data and data needs that are driving the nation's development. So low pace of data updation is happening. The example he gave us, roads are not mapped at every interval of time that is needed because encroachments happen. Or development happens and people are disconnected through low road networks. It doesn't stop with roads, just not transportation, but water, rivers, streams, etc. have been not mapped as high as we would like. And there's a lot of changes. For example, this is one thing I always show people, that how by nature itself, rivers can change their direction. We call it geomorphological changes, but still this has to be mapped. Otherwise, people think there is a water source there and they'll go and they will not have water. These are all very demanding situations, very real life problems. And so therefore, there's a need for data for development and problem solving. In an era where data is everything, people talk a lot about data and data analysis. Mapping becomes the crux of this data for development and problem solving. So the other things that are issues are data collection itself is a costly exercise. Therefore, there's a lot of data gaps and representativeness. So we would use open source data and mapping data for bringing these out. So initially, during the British time, when people were mapping these rivers, they had to go physically and map it. But now using satellites and other products, we can easily map these. But who is going to map? That was the question that was always remaining. As was explained earlier, we don't, there's two levels of mapping this river, for example. The top down where the government will use satellites and other resources to map it, but they may not be using it at the ground. But bottom up is where people from the ground like you and me, we can map this and then show for our own regions. And United Nations has accepted this. This is a very recent news in United Nations website where we say that big data is needed for development, especially sustainable development. And all the sustainable development goals are linked with geospatial data, because all of them cannot just have observation data. Once you start mapping the sustainable development goals, the beneficiaries, and what is happening around it, then sustainable development happens. And if you look at all the themes, it is cutting across of multiple themes that are taught in all the schools, IITs, colleges, etc. So it's not only for natural resources, water, and people, but there are multiple themes: industrial development, roads, networks, health, and also water for sure. So mapping capacity is needed. So we know now that the power of geospatial data is very, very important. And there is a need for constantly updating this data. So where is the loss is right now we don't have much capacity to build. The capacity initially was using proprietary software, which was very expensive. So we're trying to link FOSS's mandate of promoting open source software with real life problem solving things. So you can also see like farmers collecting data through mobile networks and stuff. But unless and otherwise it is mapped and visualized to a problem statement, it doesn't make sense. So what we do a lot of remote sensing satellites are coming up, and conversion of data into information is very much needed. So data per se doesn't make sense. We have census data. It's a table of a lot of numbers, but it does not make any sense unless and otherwise it's converted to info. And that info is done using GIS. So that's what GIS stands for, Geographic Information System. There is a big dilemma between paid and open source. We do provide access to open source. We train them, and QGIS is one of the leading open source softwares for mapping. In fact, a lot of countries, governments are using this. So we should start to promote this in our own country by using activities like Mapathon and FOSS. So this is just a visualization of kind of how many satellites are going up and down, where are they located, etc. It looks like a dust, but that is how much that is going to be released. And you could see that even India was releasing a lot of satellites the last couple of weeks. So what happens is there's a lot of data. There's no problem for data, but who's going to map it is the question. And the government does it duty, ISRO having all the maps set up in various domains, but localized data, localized information is still lacking, and that is why we have been promoting FOSS QGIS. So we have seen that a lot of problems exist, and the way we wanted GIS to be different from other disciplines is we take a real life situation. These are some problem statements that we have given. So the students picked the problem statement they wanted. Let me see if I could hide this. Let's pull it up. Okay, because the last one is very important. Choose your own topic. So this actually cuts across disciplines, across themes, and across disciplinary backgrounds. For example, LULC change could be more for agricultural scientists, agricultural engineers, whereas flood maps is more for environmental engineers. And then we have the locust infestation, road network is for transportation engineers. So we have health for doctors and medical professionals. So you could see that it cuts across all disciplines. And even though we may be limited with our own understanding of the problem statements, we made sure that the students can bring their own topic. So choose your own topic was there. In fact, there was a lot of topics that really amazed us because we are also learning every day using the potential of GIS and mapping. So you registered, a team would normally register, they learn to use GIS, or they always bring what they have learned from their GIS and networks, create maps. The boundaries are always an issue. So good thing this time the government has given us the boundaries to use. So we have promoted the use of Survey of India maps. We have given the links in our own web pages. So that has been used. Then we asked the participants to submit the maps, and then we evaluated it with our team to see who were the winners and notable participants. The statistics will be given in due course of time. Okay, so this showed across creativity. So a map can be made by different methods. So one of the things that is different is how you make a map and you collect data is much different from others. So that creates your own creativity and skills for that, and representativeness. So for example, if I'm going to map this area, I'll be the best person to map in Tirupati because I'm located in Tirupati. For example, if I'm here. So if in Mumbai, I would be more able to go to the field, collect data, and then put it up for these problem statements. So that representativeness we created, not only you learned a software, you developed your creativity skills, but also you led into representative data, which the government does not have right now, because at that scale, we cannot zoom in and collect data. So instead of always asking the government for data, we are going to provide data through this exercise. But first, we have to create capacity. So that was the first initial part of this Mapathon. And then we have the internships, we have the fellowships where we'll do it. So as Professor Kannan was saying, we do have spoken tutorials where those who don't know, who are not taught in this discipline can learn from it. Okay, so for example, there are some colleges and institutes that are GIS is part of their curriculum, but many colleges still do not have it. So what will happen is, to create a level playing field, we made sure that we have tutorials given to at least for the basics, so that they can do the basic BAMPs. So we have QGIS tutorials, some links for data. We don't want to impose any data source, but still we just gave, at least so that people should not waste time in collecting data, we gave some links. The boundary data we gave, which is very important, and some resources page to help students to identify data and use it for their maps. So the Mapathon participation was very helpful to see this map, very encouraging. You could see that all the states and regions were mapped. So these are the participants. You have some participants more from certain locations. For example, thanks to Tamil Nadu Skill Development, we have 961 from Tamil Nadu. But there are other regions also which are very well covered. And you could see total number of teams is around 1,863 with a participation of 4,338. Total number of institutes is 329, and Kasim will be giving more updates on this and how this has happened, the data. So the more important for us is we have built capacity across India, and the government can actually get our database and go to these. For example, in Gujarat, if they wanted to map, they can go to Gujarat for 25 regions, 25 colleges, and divide the Gujarat region so that these 25 colleges can actually do much higher resolution mapping. So now we have also created a database for the government to use these institutes. All regions have been mapped, all education levels. So it's not only the PG students or PhD students, we also had bachelor's, first year, second year students. All of them learned together, and also they brought their maps together. We always brag about our achievement. Yes, this is the world's largest Mapathon event. I have double checked a lot of data sources for this. Normally it happens like 200, 300, we are 10 times more, 20 times more here, and more statistics to follow. It is very encouraging for us to see that so many participants are coming across. What they also wanted is sometimes hand-holding in problem statements. We did help that, but we cannot impose a problem statement. So we have given some problem statements and asked them to look at it. And it is very good to see. So that was the participation, but also what type of topics they took is very interesting to see. It's a lot of interdisciplinary. This is the new mantra for the new world. It cannot be just pure civil engineering or pure mathematics. It has to be some interdisciplinary. So that has actually come across this well. Most of the environmental problems, these are real life problems, right? So the water you and I drink is getting polluted. The water you and I want is not available. So how can you build skill, but also address a problem? So double tagging we're doing here. So a lot of different themes, disciplines have been mapped across levels, across private, and this is very important. Government institutions were not left behind. I was from a government aided institution in Chennai, Vivekananda College, when I did my physics. So I know that how that is different from private colleges. We do have less number of systems, less number of accessories, etc. But it is very, very encouraging to see that private, public, and government agencies are participating in this initiative equally, because the only thing which is bringing this point is because it is free, open source. No one has to pay for the software, and we don't impose the level of difficulties, the complexities. So I'll show you the evaluation pattern, but first let me thank my evaluation team to evaluate 4,000 students participation work. We do need to have a big team. So this is my team, starting from Meeta Gupta, Gokul Prasad, Neetu Singh, Pranad, Shivanand, Kritika, Mohan, Manu Lakshmi, Shweta, Swaran, and of course Kasim, who is the project manager. And how did we evaluate it? So evaluation was done for GIS and map steps. We don't discriminate between basics and advanced level, but at least if they have done the work. So I have been taught in the US system in where they tell you that the final answer is not important. Have you gone through the steps? In US system, they don't care about the final answer. If it is wrong, you still get 100%. How is that possible? Because you put the steps correctly and you don't mug. So here mug means like you don't by heart. So here you could see very beautifully the students have gone through each and every step. We asked them to document these steps in their maps. So there were 2 submissions that they had to do. One is the step-by-step indication, just 2 pages. It's not much we ask. We don't like to ask you for long reports. So 2 pages in which the steps have to be given. The data that you use have to be mentioned. That is called metadata, data about the data. Because we have a lot of, in this data world, we have a lot of these analysis. But when you ask what was the data that you use, people struggle, right? So the metadata, we make sure that the students understand it so that when they go and present the maps outside, they know about the data. And then they map the data on the GIS platform. How did they map it? Have they done the steps correctly? Have they used the boundaries correctly? We are very particular about the boundary because we are proud Indians, right? So we made sure that the people have the boundaries correctly. Some boundaries were wrong, so we had to disqualify them. Unfortunately, the work was good, but the boundary was wrong. So we made sure that we cannot accept it. The complexity, how complex is the map? Okay, so it need not be advanced or basic. How complex can you use the data? Just data and mapping can get you a participation, but to become a champion and winner, you need to have some complexity. Accuracy is also about understanding the data and what you present. And most importantly, interpretation. It's like a diagnosis. You take a data, you analyze it, and then you give a problem solution. So how do you diagnose and interpret the data? And this is the part where data becomes information. So we want people to think about information, not data. Okay, that is why always IT, information technology, is much, much stronger than the data science itself. Data science can do a lot of statistics and AI and ML, but at the end of the day, is it in how you interpret the data is very important. So that interpretation, the storytelling, we asked them to write a paragraph and we gave them marks for it. And the last and but not the least, the application part, where how do you use it? How do you use it and apply the data? Again, as we said, learning something by doing is different, but learning something and applying it is different. So when you apply, you actually take it to your heart. You know how to do this. You are very capable of solving the problem. So we want to have that like self-confidence in students that they know how to use it. So something that you created a map, and how can you use it for everyday or seasonal solutions we did. So the final results were divided into champions, winners, and notable participants. Like the US system, as I said, even if you had attended the maps, tried your best, but struggled to finally get it out, you will get a notable participant. The winners are those who have done good complex work, good accuracies, but somewhere lagging in the interpretation and the application of the data. So those were the winners, and the champions were the best of the best, 10% of all the participants. So we need to make sure the champions mean champions. So we kept it like that. So final submissions were very encouraging to see that they're very creative. Sometimes it baffled us. We had to go back to some notes, some lectures to understand it. So that is how we are learning from you also. It's not like faculties from IIT Bombay know everything. We also are ready to learn. And this creative approach actually brought it out. The holistic approach, some data that we did not understand, they brought it in. And that is purely because they are from the region. So they know what the data is, the root cause of the issue, proactive, reactive management they had. So it is not only maps for the past, which no one cares, but also how can we be proactive? So like, for example, the encroachment mapping in Kerala can help for preventing floods like the 2018 floods that happened. Maps for regions that had no data. So there are a lot of regions that had no data. Now we are creating the data, addressing real-time current problems. So the mandate of FOSS was to make sure the capacity is built for mapping. We achieved that. That was the first tick by the participants, winners, and champions. But also we went a little bit ahead on addressing problems and creating data where there's no data. So this is very, very important. Let's see some example. So for example, this participant, I'm not going to say if they won it or champions or stuff, but I like to showcase that how people think differently, right? Like how students thought it very differently. You could see that lockdown turned farm to folk. Is it a dream or reality? So what happened during lockdown? Everyone knew that there was lockdowns. So roads were disconnected. People were not allowed to travel. You could do agricultural work, but still you need papers and proofs to show that you are doing it. Maybe some farmers did not have it. So this actually showed how during the COVID, there were some regions which were actually doing very well and continuing agriculture, but the subsistence farming, the small farmers were still affected. So this is very, very neatly done. And how did they do it is because they were from the location, they knew where to collect the data. So before COVID, it was 45%. During COVID-19, it was 27% changes in agricultural production. And then after COVID, it slowly picked up, 28%, right? So so the regions are still getting hit in that time. And it was a concern. So think about if this map came during the COVID, then what would have happened? The government would have taken a step and said, oh, you know what? We should make sure more emphasis is put for farmers to bring the produce to the market. So that could have been done. This is another image of the river changing, 22 after a flood. So after a flood, suddenly rivers wake up and she may take a new direction. So this is a map from the IIT Ropar. So they have given this map very beautifully to show where the flooding has happened in a kind of a near real time scenario. Because look at the dates, it was during the last year. So 1 year before the date, they could know where the inundations were happening. I also want to say this is from the Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College. So this is from that, IIT Ropar. And this is Shivaji University, Kolhapur. And you could see that how different AI/ML methods can predict the land use land cover change. So kind of using their data science knowledge, but on a mapping side, which is very important because predictions can happen, but are they real? How are they close to reality is a question which they addressed. And this is one of the Prime Minister's program on Gati Shakti. Basically improving the transportation connectivity, but for that there's a big need of maps. So here's where they've given a maps and where the connectivities can happen on a scale from 5 to 1 with development ranks. It's a very nice, very well done report, and they've found regions where quickly they could do developments through the Gati Shakti program and also from other regions which are underrepresented. So I would focus here mostly, right? Like not all these have a good connectivity also, but here is where more emphasis has to be given. So this kind of data can be given, and this is from Roorkee. This is a very beautiful map on landslides and from particular high elevation regions, which the government, as I said, may not have because accessibility is a big issue here. And you could see all the high elevation regions have been mapped: Shimla, Darjeeling, Gangtok, etc. And then how the lake appears and disappears. This is from IIT Guwahati. So this mapping cannot be done physically because accessibility is a big issue, but you can use satellite data to see how the lake grows. And if it grows beyond a potential threshold, then there is flooding. So you can actually save life just by using GIS mapping on a regular interval. So they have looked between 2008, 2014, 2019. So if you look at the new trends, if you could see it is growing bigger, it is a caution to do. So it's kind of an early warning system you can build by just using maps. A couple more, and this is for addressing the so food vulnerability assessment, SDG 2, so sustainable development goals. Where are they more vulnerable, insecure food security is really bad. So these are the regions. Again, they've created a lot of data for this. They've used a lot of satellite data and government data, and they've made these maps. So not all regions need funding. Only the red regions need funding and more excessive funding. So that is one thing from sustainable development goals that can be shared. The last one, oops. Did I step on it? Okay. Yeah, so the last one is cotton productivity map. Again, because India is an agricultural nation, what is happening is the soil quality and water qualities are going bad. We are overusing the soil, overusing the water resources. So with that change, how can some regions change their cropping patterns and still have optimal growth? So these kind of activities can be done. And it is very interesting to see some like this from MIT. You could see that they also use data from other resources and then dig deep. So this is the interpretation of the result. Just mapping may not be enough. That everyone can do within a month of learning GIS. But how can you make it apply? How can you solve a real-time problem is something that is important. So with this, I'd like to close. Thank all the organizers and partners without whom we could not have done it. It is I like Roshan's point always. He says, let's grow together. And that is what we are doing here. It is not a one-man show. It is not a one-program show. We need people to do it. All the dignitaries present without whom it could not have been possible. The data provider is satellite data and the funders who are there. And most importantly, all the participants. This is for you and this is for us. So with you, we also like to learn, and all the participants, congratulations on become a participant. And also those who are winners and champions, extra applause for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanan. Thank you so much for giving the overview of this Mapathon. I would like to next invite Mohammad Qasim Khan, Project Manager, who is going to talk about the Mapathon 2023 statistics.
Good morning. Thanks. So good morning once again to all of you. So we would like to sincerely thank once again to each and every participant, every principal of all the colleges which have been part of this Mapathon, the faculty mentors, and more importantly, the team members, along with the team leads who have made this Mapathon as a great success. So I'm Mohammad Qasim, the project manager from IIT Bombay, and I'm handling the GIS part of FOSS. And before entering into the statistics, I would like to thank our partners, IIT Tirupati, Navavishkar IIHub Foundation, and more importantly, Professor Satya, who has been supportive from day one for us in taking this activity to greater heights, Professor Roshan. And the most importantly, like the technical partner for this Mapathon is the Rural Data Research Analysis Lab, headed by Professor Pennan. We also would like to thank IIT Tirupati for being the prize sponsor. In fact, we have 2 prize sponsors for the national level participation. IIT Tirupati Navavishkar I Have Foundation is giving away the prize amount. Probably we would like to disclose those details after the results are announced. We also would like to thank Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation for their support in terms of publicizing the event on a greater level by being as a knowledge partner, and also in making students contribute. The reason why I'm saying this is the next slide is mostly about the mandates. After this comes the main numbers that you're going to see. But a small background of how we started. So this is the 3rd version or 3rd edition of Mapathon that IIT Bombay is conducting. The first edition of Mapathon was in association with ISRO. The second Mapathon was in association with IICT. And 3rd Mapathon, we are conducting in association with IIT Tirupati Navavishkar I Have Foundation along with Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation. There is a major difference between the first 2 edition and this edition. That is, in the first edition of Mapathon, we allowed everyone, including school children, people who don't even have degrees or any kind of formal background, everyone were allowed to participate. All the resources were provided in coordination with ISRO. So we had around 10,000 teams. That was the first version of Mapathon. In the second edition of Mapathon, we had around 5,000 teams participating. This year, in order to make the process more competitive, and also from the FOSS project, the main objective of the FOSS project is to promote the usage of open source software in academia and also in industry. Because India as a nation spends around 20,000 crore rupee in terms of buying software. This is based on a report which was based out of finding from Professor Rahul Day's team from Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. This report was actually published in the year 2009. So India, being a developed nation, we need to have a lot of resources. And for a growing community like us, having good quality students who are skilled, it is very much essential. And FOSS does a very powerful activity in terms of spreading awareness about open source software in education. And coming to that particular aspect, we decided, like from the very beginning, it was any submission that comes through Mapathon, it should be open source. That is the base mandate. The other thing is only Indian citizens can participate in it. So till last year, we had some international participation. This year, again, we have participation from international universities, but they are either from Indian origin or they are Indian citizens. And 2 other mandates that we had put this time is one is that Gati Shakti, any project or outcome that comes or any result that whatever results that you're going to see, the winners, either they have inclination towards the Gati Shakti initiative, and it should be in association with one of the SDGs which have been put up by the United Nations Development Program. And over and above, the pyramid that you see here, in fact, we have extracted this model from Professor Kannan's pyramid of excellence concept, where we say that the foundational layer is where we promote the usage of open source software. We make students to compete all across India on a specific software. Mapathon is a case for GIS. So is the case for other software. We have similar activities, hackathon, and other things. So pyramid of excellence is something like we create awareness on the foundational level. We pick up good talents step by step. So under FOSS GIS, we have 10 activities now, but you can see just 4 here. So the basic layer of the pyramid is Mapathon, where all of you compete. And after the Mapathon, the winners of Mapathon will go to the next level, which is for this 3rd edition, it is the GIS internship, summer school, and summer fellowship. We also have planned some other activities like industry academia conclave. The GIS is also expanding into medicine. So we have case study in medicine and many more activities to come. I said 10 activities, so we have just disclosed 5 activities for now. I'll just directly go into the registration statistics. So as far as the entire nation is concerned, we started the Mapathon base preparatory activity for Mapathon of announcing the event and other thing in the month of January. On January 26, we started like creating the website, announcing the competition to participants all across India. And we had a single registration form that we call as national registration. And eventually in the month of February, fortunately, we had association with IIT Tirupati. So in the national registration form itself, the numbers grew. And then happened like we got in association with Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation. We are very much thankful to them, the principal secretary and also Madam Managing Director. So they themselves came forward and associated with us. We had the second form created. We call it as Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation form for Mapathon. And then finally, we also have every year we conduct summer fellowship from the FOSS project. So even in that thing, GIS is one particular component. So we had 3 registration forms for this one activity. And based on those 3 registration forms, what you see here on screen is the actual final number. The total number of teams which were shortlisted to compete in this Mapathon is 1,780. The total number of team members were 4,356. And the teams which had mentors, either the faculty or someone from industry who were supporting the teams as mentors, they were 795. The total number of institutions were 573. Again, I would like to insist here, we had 3 different forms. Like for example, MIT has come here, Madras Institute of Technology. So there were registrations from MIT College on the national level registration scale and also on the Tamil Nadu scale. And also on the FOSS Summer Fellowship thing. Here, the count that we have represented is absolute. So these are non-repetitive. And in fact, this represents the whole of India. So it is 573 colleges participating. We also had freelancers participating. We had participation from industry startups. So we had around 16 industries participating this time. And the number of individuals who don't belong to a college or those who have already completed their education or as freelancers, we had 49 people. And in terms of coverage, we had registrations from across 26 states in India. 2 union territories were covered. And again, I could say that this is for the first time. Number of IITs participating in Mapathon has increased. So last time or the last edition of Mapathon, it was 7 IITs participating. That was the maximum count. This time it is 14 IITs competing. And in fact, we are very much thankful to everyone's able contribution. So likewise, we had 15 NITs, Central Universities 12. And among this 573 overall institutions that you see, they are associated with around 209 universities in India. They are state affiliating universities, private universities, unitary campuses. So out of this 573 institutions, they are directly or indirectly connected to 209 universities across India. And we have participation from around 4 international universities this time. And as far as the gender-wise participation statistics is concerned, we had 43% of female participation and 57% of male participation, which is 10% more number of participation in female participation this time when compared to the previous edition of Mapathon, which we think it is a great achievement for us. And in fact, we would like to thank all the female participants who have taken this activity more seriously, and they have given a good tough competition to the male counterparts. Of course, and results, of course, I'm not going to display the results. This is a gist of how the results will be this time. So as I said, there are 1,780 teams that had been given a chance to upload the submissions, out of which we took 535 submissions for evaluation. There are 14 champions. We thought of having 20, but there is a evaluation criteria that IIT Bombay has set. So 14 is the number of champions. In short, if I could say, out of a scale of 100, any team that has scored above 90, they are champions. Range between 80 to 90, they are winners. And between 70 to 80, they are notable participants. You can take in that sense. So number of champions, they are 14, number of winners, they are 74, and number of notable participants, they are 256. And these are a few central universities. These are the prominent central universities which have participated in the Mapathon this year. These are the IITs, NITs, and a special mention to Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation here, because out of the 1780 count of teams that were shortlisted, around 932 teams came from Tamil Nadu. Probably because they were publicizing more, and we would request other skill development agencies also to come forward, partner with us for future activities. In fact, Andhra Pradesh Skill Development Corporation have worked with your team in 2013. And Mr. Sivaramaya was coordinating it. So there were only polytechnics participating in these activities. So we would like to revisit the partnership and collaborate on a higher level. Uttar Pradesh Skill Development Mission, we are thankful to Mr. Andhra Vamsi and your secretaries for showing interest and sending higher officials here. Same goes for all state skill development bodies. We would like to associate with you for the next level of activities. So with this, I would like to conclude the statistics. There are much more statistics available. We will put it on our website. Now, I would hand over to Professor Roshan for the next session.
Thank you, Kasim. Now I request Professor Satya, Director, IIT Tirupati, to talk about the Mapathon and IITTNiF.
Thank you, Roshan. So good morning, everyone. First of all, sorry for I've been traveling last 3 weeks. I was away in US, Canada, visiting about 8 universities and been through a lot of busy schedules. So I'm just came back yesterday. I'm quite jet lagged and recovering from the hectic travel. So my throat is not doing well. And let me assure you, it's not COVID. It's the pollen from the US, the second also the forest fires in the eastern part of US. I was at Halifax, where the main forest fires are happening. So first of all, I would like to thank IIT Bombay FOSS team for associating IIT Tirupati and our Navavishkar iHub Foundation in this Mapathon of 3.0, version 3.0. Now, IIT Tirupati, is a new institution. We are going to be 8 years old this August, but we've been growing quite fast. And under the National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems, they have set up, DST has set up 25 technology innovation hubs across the country. And in spite of being a new institution, we've been fortunate to be allotted one of the technology innovation hubs, and the technical vertical under which this hub operates is in the area of positioning and precision technologies. So this perfectly aligns with the activities that FOSS is doing under the Mapathon initiatives. And I'm very happy that my colleague Roshan and the rest of our team here has coordinated with IIT Bombay FOSS team, and they have associated us with this activity because this is one of the core activities that our hub is supposed to be promoting. And in the context of the recent geospatial policy, this is becoming very important. And I'm very happy to see the participation across so many institutions, and more importantly, the interest that has been shown by the various skill development corporations. Because FOSS has been quite focused on creating the skill development use under the National Mission on the Education through ICT, using the open source software under the various platforms. Dr. Kannan earlier had highlighted the various sectors in which they are promoting this, whether it is for chemical plant design, for chip designs, and various other areas. And getting the various skill development corporations or entities associated with this, I think that's a very important step. I was very impressed seeing the kinds of applications that the students have come out with. Shows the potential that is there if we properly tap and from the students in upgrading our data in the country, the maps in the country, with various applications, whether it is for road networks, for agriculture purposes, disaster management, water resources management, you name it. I think at the end of the day, things can be related to the geospatial positions and geospatial entities. And the wide range of course, they've been trying out various versions of this Mapathons. As they said, initially it was completely open. Now it's a little more focused. But with more than 4,000 students participating in this event, and the geographical reach of about 26 states, and including some, I think the union territories, about 28 states and union territories involved, and nearly about 1,800 teams participating. I think this is, we need to scale this up and get more involved. And we have seen how the initiative taken by Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation has led to a very strong presence and participation by the various teams, with almost 50% of the participants in this event coming from Tamil Nadu. That's because I think of the reach that they had in terms of getting this information across to the various institutions and encouraging them to participate. So I request the other, we have representatives from UP and Andhra Pradesh here to do similar kinds of promotions. Maybe we can keep rotating this knowledge partner, as you, Tamil Nadu was the knowledge partner, right? So we get more states involved, and so that way they become more active participants in this. And we from and the kinds of platforms that they've created for getting this, today there are so many resources for people who want to learn, free resources in terms of access. There are so many resources that are available, but the problem is, which resource do I use at the appropriate level, whether it is at the school level or at the diploma level or the IIT level or the degree level, or even others, general public who want to learn. So the kinds of initiatives that they're taken in using open source, so that way you're trying to make it economical in terms of the software usage and availability, and making it which, the reach in terms of, for example, the very nice concept they've come up with, talking tutorials, so that in various languages, that they're bringing across, and then conducting workshops and internships. And we're very glad once again to be actively engaged from IIT Tirupati's Navaskar hub to fund some of these internships. And we are looking to scale this up as we move forward, because the mandate of our Technology Innovation Hub is the Government of India supports us in the first 5 years. And then we are supposed to, become self-sufficient and also scale up considerably and become the focal point for various of these activities. So once again, I also encourage the other institutions to engage with us very actively. And and I'm thankful for the participants who have come here from different parts of the country, from UP, from various places in Tamil Nadu, and then there are others, I think, online who are also participating. So look forward to us getting more engaged in these activities, and they're very important steps that we are taking especially in the context of the geospatial policy that government has come out, where they freed up data. Everything was so restrictive earlier. And because I recall, I was at one time involved in creating a decision support system for the AP government for disaster management, and the kind of, which was a GIS based platform at that time. And the struggle we had in collecting data, getting maps, restrictions that were there, and so on. And many of these have been removed, and the commercial and economic potential of making the data available for various applications, I think it's freeing up and creating a lot of opportunities for various initiatives. So we are very much happy to be once again to be associated with this initiative, and we look forward to scaling this up and continued association. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming here and for this opportunity. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much. I think now it's the time to declare the results. So I would like to request Professor Satya onto the dais again, Professor Pennan, Professor Kasim to be here on the stage. Professor Kannan is there online.
Yes, yes, I'm there.
Yeah. So on your behalf of also, I'll click here. Yeah, as Kannan said, we are all alumni of IIT Madras, so we know him quite well from the. I used to be advisor alumni affairs of IIT Madras. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Get everyone? Right? Can we get Kannan also on the screen? Oh, I'm sorry, not yet. Correct. I understand. Sorry. Let me move this here for the photograph. I thought I'll make it bigger. Okay, that's okay. Okay. So here all declaration of the results. So there we go. All right. So who all are we congratulating? Okay, there you go. So this is the first one is champions, right? 14 champions, right? If I recall, right? Yeah. So let's see the titles. Flood mapping in Bhadrachalam, Telangana using Sentinel-1 GRDH image, IIT Roper team. Then the next one is lockdown turned farm to folk dream or reality, agriculture, Ramakrishna Engineering College. This is where? Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College. Coimbatore, is it? Okay. At IIT Tirupati, we have identified precision agriculture and food technology is one of our thrust areas. So I keep talking everywhere about farm to fork. So farm to table or farm to fork. In India, one of the statistics that has caught my attention, which from when on I started pushing this aggressively at our institute, is that 40% of the food that is produced in the country doesn't reach the table. Okay, from the farm, it goes waste because of many reasons, whether it is harvesting technologies, processing technologies, cold storage, logistics. All these have an impact, and one of the reasons why on this visit I was away that I was in US and Canada. This is one of the areas that I've been talking to the universities there that we want to work on. Next one is assessment of landslide susceptibility in hill stations within seismic zones 4 and 5 at J Special Approach. Krishna Nagar Government College. Where is this? West Bengal. Okay, very good. Then next one is potential sites for blue-green infrastructures in Salem, India. Shastra deemed it to be university. So this is the area of urban planning. Then demarcating the deadliest roads and what is this? It's achieving AIoT amelioration. Is that achieving? Is it? Smart city applications, Madras Institute of Technology. The team is here. That's your team. What is this word here? And achieving. It's only a spelling mistake. Okay. Comparative study of ML algorithms for crop classifications using Sentinel-2 and ground truth data, agriculture applications from Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara. Okay, very good. Average landscape metrics over 794 districts of built-up patches in states, UTs of India. IIT Roorkee team, land use cover of districts. Then next one is mapping India's path to progress for Gati Shakti and index-based approach to metal development. IIT Roorkee team. Good number of IIT Roorkee teams. Landslide hazard zonation map of Alkananda River Basin. Again, IIT Roorkee team. In the area of environmental applications, temporal changes in South Luna Glacial System. IIT Guwahati. Then addressing SDG 2 zero hunger by spatial modeling for flood vulnerability assessment using remote sensing and GIS in Narmada district, Gujarat. Department of Foods and Nutrition, Faculty of Family and Community Services. Where is this from? Which state? Any idea? This team is also from Gujarat. Okay. Tracing Tamil history, mapping places of Tamil inscriptions in Madurai. SVKM IoT Dhude. Yeah. Civil engineering application. Okay. Water quality mapping for the state of Tamil Nadu. NITT Chennai. Then Ariyallur district crop growth optimization, agriculture, again MIT Chennai. Very good. So these are the champion teams. And then you have the winners. How many winners we have? 74 winners. So anyway, you can't be reading through everything, but this is all on the website now. You know, already on the website. Okay. So various applications, medical services, soil, urban planning, environmental tourism. Good to see hydrology, smart cities, land use cover. Remote sensing, sports GIS, density map of new chess grandmasters from each state for every quintennial form from 20 to 22. Interesting application. Telecommunications, land use cover and so on. Very good. So we have 74 teams, 74 winners, and then notable participants, 256. Again, various sectors. So very good. So congratulations to all the champions, all the winners, and all the notable teams. Tanan, would you like to add anything?
Thank you. Yeah, it's an amazing thing that this event has encouraged people to contribute, learn a lot of nice things. There are many things that we are not at all aware of was possible. For example, chess champions, where they are coming from, things like that. And I think it's going to, in fact, I would say this is a glimpse of what is possible through such activities. And hopefully, through this concerted effort, we might even be able to reduce that crop loss from 40% to, even if we can reduce it to, save some 5% of that, that'll be a fantastic thing. Really happy that we have reached this point. And I wanted to point out, during my last visit to IIT Tirupati, I found that IIT Tirupati campus is probably the most well-planned campus amongst all established IITs and also new IITs. And we have Professor Satya at the helm of affairs, and really happy to be working with Navishkar Foundation, IIT Tirupati. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kannan, for the opportunity. And we look forward to our continued association and scaling these activities much more. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll quickly play the, we have collected the testimonials from various institutes and students. We'll quickly play those videos. So it's a 10 minutes video. Okay, before we get into the testimonials, I'll quickly announce the prize money for the winners, champions, winners, and notable participants. For champions, it's per team, it is 5,000 rupees. For winners, it is rupees 2,000. And for all the notable participants, it is teams, it is 1,000 rupees. Thank you. Yes, sir, we are going to give e-certificates. Yeah.
Welcome to the heartland of Arielu, where the emerald green fields stretch as far as the eye can see. This region, nestled in the southern part of India, has long been renowned for its glorious agricultural heritage. For generations, farmers have worked tirelessly, harnessing the land's bountiful offerings to sustain their families and contribute to the nation's food supply. But not all is well in this paradise of green. One of the primary concerns is the lack of sophisticated knowledge among farmers about the conditions of their croplands. It was evident that a comprehensive solution was needed to empower the farmers of Arielu with the knowledge they deserve to unleash the fullest potential of their land.
And that's where we come in. Predicated upon the SWOT analysis conducted on the agricultural sector in Arielu, our team dedicated meticulous attention to the creation of 6 compelling maps for crop growth optimization. With our maps, farmers can now understand the intricate details of their croplands and can strike delicate balance with their crops while protecting the environment. Furthermore, with insights into crop suitability, they can diversify their plantations, rejuvenating the soil and ensuring long-term sustainability.
We are enchanted, dynamic team committed to approaching challenges from fresh perspectives and devising innovative solutions.
Being data science students, this project provided us with our initial glimpse into the world of data analytics and exploration. For this project, we require georeferencing, something that I would call the essential ingredient that read the slides into our cartographic applications. We set off on a journey to obtain reliable data. However, there were multiple instances of missing data values within the data set. We developed prediction methodologies and returned the missing data values with astounding results. Our goal was about to bring accuracy and reliability. We aimed at a fresh and engaging perspective into our content.
That's right. We took on our creative hats and crafted 6 captivating maps. And let me tell you, the results were truly enchanting. We extend our gratitude to the entire IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon team for their commitment in making this competition a resounding success.
Hello, I am Satchidanand Singh, a research scholar from IIT Roorkee Water Resource Development Management Program. I recently participated as a solo contestant in the IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon 2023 event and won for the 3rd consecutive in a row. My presentation focused on creating a landslide hazard zonation map for the Laknanda River Basin in Uttarakhand using advanced engineering methods such as AHP, GIS, and remote sensing. My work aligns with several sustainable development goals and aims to enhance resilience and reduce vulnerability to natural disasters. Participating in this event was an exceptional experience. It reinforced my dedication to make a positive impact through my research. For the past 5 years, I have been working with RS and GIS, and I am grateful for the opportunity to contribute to my nation development through my work. Thank you for your attention. Jai Hind.
We are delighted to participate in the Mapathon event organized by IIT Bombay FOSS. We submitted the project titled Iniyan Oligate Mapping of Streams. This mapping is the part of Navakerala Action Plan 2 led initiative to rejuvenate Kerala's river by taking lessons from the 2018 floods that adversely affected Kerala.
ICFOSS has provided technical support for the Navakerala Action Plan mission mentored by Mr. Arun M. affiliated to GPS Renewables.
Through this project, we were able to contribute a wide stream network in OpenStreetMap. We believe that our work will inspire others to come up with new innovative solutions.
We thank IIT Bombay FOSS team for giving us the opportunity and for recognizing our work.
Hello, this is Indrita. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers of IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon for this enriching experience. It has not only refined my geospatial skills, particularly in spatial data analysis and modeling, but also improved my ability to assess and map potential landslide-prone areas. Further, I look forward to collaborate with relevant organizations to produce specialized maps aimed to solve practical problems that may benefit the society by large.
In the realm of maps, I find a place. Abhishek Rawat, a seeker of space. MSc student, IITC in my stride. Joining hands with FOSS, a joyous ride. The dynamics of urban growth, my team, Gautam Nagar, a city in a dream. Expressways, development, a tale to tell. Transport networks, shaping cities so well. With Megha Negi, my partner in crime, we explore the urbanization paradigm. QGIS, my trusty tool, by my side, unleashing its power, my knowledge, did glide. IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon 2023, my gratitude was signed for recognizing the work that we penned. A Mapathon of wonders, a journey so grand, enlightening my mind, expanding my land. To all who supported, I say with glee, thank you for believing in Abhishek Rawat, me.
Hi everyone, I'm Devika TM and I've completed BSc Honours in Agriculture from Kerala Agricultural University. I'm very delighted to share my experience being a participant in IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon 2023. Our mentor, Dr. Divya Vijayan V, was the one who encouraged us to participate in this event. and she also supported us throughout this journey. The aim of our project was to assess land degradation neutrality in Idukki district of Kerala by preparing maps and to support 15th Sustainable Development Goal of United Nations. Actually, participating in this Mapathon have augmented my experience in GIS and also helped me to discover more applications of open source GIS softwares. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Greetings to all. Myself, Atulya Tom, postgraduate student at College of Forestry, Velanika. I'm very much glad to be part of IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon 2023. Our work was on land degradation neutrality mapping in Idukki district of Kerala to attain SDG 15.31 using the geospatial techniques in QGIS platform. So the core focus of the work was to prioritize the hotspot area that require an urgent need of restoration in the coming future. That were really helpful for the policy making and afforestation programs. And I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my teammates, legends, and also my guide, Dr. Divya Vijayan, for the support and guidance to explore new plugins in the open software and work as a team. And also, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to IIT Bombay for conducting this event in a successful manner. Thank you.
Hello all my best wishes to management team of IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon 2023, participants and all those who have made this event a great success. Myself, Sohan Kalse. I am student of second year MTech Geoinformatics and Surveying Technology from Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics. Our project is to map the change detection of land use land cover and predict the future land use land cover using CM Markov chain model for city of Mumbai. The project was completely carried out using open source geospatial technology, and we have got the accuracy of around 90%, which is great. After using open source geospatial tools for prediction and analysis, we got to know about the power of geospatial technology for decision making process. Thank you.
Namaste all. Myself Poonam Reve. I am also a student of second year MTech in Geoinformatics and Surveying Technology from Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics. As Sohan mentioned, we have used open source GIS technology, that is QGIS, and we have used molecular model integrated with it. The experience of the Mapathon was truly amazing, combining technology, collaboration, and in pursuit of better future. We are looking forward to contributing in this important work. Also, we want to thank our mentor, Dr. Nitya Patkar ma'am, for her guidance throughout this process. Also, thank you once again for you all for arranging this wonderful opportunity for us. Thank you.
Namaste, Surbhi Parekh, Research Scholar, Department of Foods and Nutrition, Maharaja Sayyaji Rao University, Baroda. I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards IIT Bombay FOSS Mapathon 2023 for providing this opportunity. My team member Amrish and our mentor Dr. Sunita Chandorkar. Our topic is assessing food vulnerability using GIS and remote sensing in Narmada district, Gujarat, India. Narmada district have recognized as a aspiration district by Government of India, and for this we use the parameter like slope, soil, vegetation cover, erosion, land degradation, harvest failure risk. During this Mapathon, we are able to explore the open source data which is helpful for our making maps, and this type of maps can be used to reduce the undernutrition in vulnerable population like children less than 5 years of age and their mothers. I have been working in GIS since 2018.
Okay, thank you. I think we should give a big round of applause for making such a nice videos. Okay, there's another quick announcement what we wanted to do jointly over here. We have the prize monies for all the national winners will be given from IITTNiF, and the prize money for the Tamil Nadu state will be given by the Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation. You want to say something?
All congratulations for all the winners. So prize money for Tamil Nadu participants will be given through Nan Mudalvan initiative. And once we are back, we will discuss with the higher officials and we will just like notify you, all mentors, we will send you an official email so that the monies can be given, the prize can. Thank you.
So regarding the testimonials, we actually are thankful to all of you. We received more than 100 video testimonials yesterday, but we are sorry we are not able to play everything, but definitely on our social media handles, we'll put it up. Please continue to give your support for all the activities. And as we had written in the mail, with the permission of our senior faculty, everyone who has participated in the Mapathon and any GIS related activity, all of you will be given a chance. So now I would request Professor Pennan also to join on stage. We are going to make a few important announcements. Way ahead after this results. I would like Professor Roshan to announce these things. In fact, these activities were not in the list before, a few of them. So it might be a surprising thing for a few of you. We had committed for internship and summer fellowship, but there are other activities also to come. I would request Professor Roshan to announce those things.
Thank you, Kasim. I think this is what we have thought is there's a lot of way forward activities which we can jointly do with IIT Bombay, given their open source software and other initiatives. One of the important initiatives what FOSS has been doing is working on open source hardware. Now, what we have decided is to kind of create one open source hardware IoT GIS based hackathon, national level hackathon, which will be a unique across the country to participate, and how we use this IoT based hardwares to address some of these GIS solutions. So this is one of the programs which we are going to have it. Hopefully this will be around September. We're going to announce it, but the event may be around August and September. This is one of the events. And we would also like to have one of the biggest conclaves related to GIS. We would like to see how we can work it out, and we'll work out and create one conclave on geospatial and remote sensing sector. Then the third important aspect, what we were thinking, and we would like to have a support of all the skill development government agencies across the state to conduct one training cum job fair kind of a thing, where we would like to have the students across the country coming, and then we want your support to kind of help us to bring this industry and job fair together. So we wanted to conduct one job fair in the GIS and remote sensing sector. So these are some of the important announcements we thought like we'll make it together. Penan, you want to add?
These also, it's not only mostly for the students, but also the mentors are also growing the capacity. When we were mentioning the participants, we also wanted to thank all the mentors because they are key to this also. They are also growing with us. Without them, we could not have done it, because we get a lot of questions on these processes. Around every day we had around 100 questions we could answer, but some of them we didn't have time because the mentors already took care of us. So the mentors are equal participants. So also all the mentors, please pick up these internships and stuff that we will be giving through. Some of the PhD topics are also given as internships. So I heard from a lot of institutions that they have this idea, they have the problem statement, but they want to do it as an internship with us, IIT Tirupati and IIT Bombay, where they have a flavor of mentoring from us also. So I think we're going to open out a lot of avenues. It's not only for GIS, but also the trainings that we're going to give through this network. Thank you.
The internship, summer internship and the GIS internship, what we are planning for 6 months, the internship amount will be 5,000 rupees per month. Okay. And if there's a good quality proposal, we are going to select them. So it's not like whatever applications come in, we are going to select. There'll be a scrutiny over there. Good applications and a good student team will be given 5,000 rupees per month. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I think with this, I'll just conclude this event. I would just like to thank, before we leave, the entire IIT Bombay FOSS team. Right from the beginning, they have been the backbone of this entire activity. So let's give us a big hand of applause to IIT Bombay FOSS team. I would like to thank all the government agencies, especially skill development agencies from different states who have come here and also who has helped in providing a lot of facilities for Mapathon. So thank you again. Thank you for providing us the support. I would also like to thank the IIT Tirupati, Professor Satya, and my team, faculty colleagues who have been always supportive in conducting such events. Thank you so much. And at the end, I think all the students across this country who have been amazing to take part into this, they have spent enough time, and the results you can see has been so good. So thank you so much. I hope next year we'll see much more participation. Thank you. Yes, after this. Your lunches. Okay, for all these student participants, the food is provided in the mess. We'll guide you, and all the guests will be taking it to the special place, to the guest house. Yeah, thank you. Which one? What do you have to do then? That's it. Yeah, we can arrange. Yeah. Sure, sure. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, Kasim has something to announce. Just a couple of minutes, please.
Okay, so a few important query that even now on WhatsApp I'm continuously receiving. The certificates, you'll be receiving the certificates after we float a form. There are two things here. One is the results page that you are seeing here on the screen right now. There will be one column added extra that will contain your folder, the submissions, your maps. For that, you have to give a consent to us. We call it as copyright transfer form. We are not going to copyright it. It will be under Creative Commons Attribute 4.0. We'll just upload it. All the credits will belong to you. We just need your permission for doing that. That is one. Second thing is, as Professor Roshan had pointed out, and also based on the remarks from the representative from Government of Tamil Nadu, the prize money will be sent accordingly. So IIT Tirupati NIF team will send a form separately to national level participants. Tamil Nadu team will send a separate form to Tamil Nadu specific participants. The prize money will be given accordingly. It will be directly transferred to your bank account. The modus operandi will be communicated by the respective agencies. This is one. And as far as some GIS internship and summer fellowship is concerned, it is 5,000 rupee if the proposal is good, if the progress is good. So summer fellowship is for a duration of 2 months. So FOSS GIS summer fellowship, and the internship, GIS internship, is for a period of maximum period of 6 months. And all these internships will be conducted under the mentorship of IIT Bombay in association with IITTNiF. And our sincere request to the skill development bodies across India. And in fact, we are very much thankful to Skill Development Andhra Pradesh, Skill Development Uttar Pradesh. And after having you here, I guess we also got calls from Skill Development Himachal, Assam, and so on. So in fact, we thank all of your able presence, which has made others to contact us. We would really like to associate with all of you. In fact, for future activities, the skill development bodies, you can directly get in touch with us for organizing such activities for state level or also on a national level activity. You can let us know in whichever way we could make the benefits available also for students of your state. We'll be happy to do that. Now, the major chunk of internship is going to Tamil Nadu because half of the participation in Mapathon is from them. Possibly we can work out on an equation where students from all the states could get even opportunity. So we are open for it. This is for all states in India, all union territories. So this is from our part. E-certificates will be given to all the champions, winners, and notable participants. In case if you have any query, please write to us. You have our email ID. We'll be happy to answer any question you might have. The results page, there is a URL. We'll put it on our social media. We'll also share the YouTube session recording once again as a common mail to all of you. So
Sir, Satya sir, can you come on to the dais? We'll just give a small moment of memento as a token of appreciation for some of the skill development. I would like to call Mr. Anand Raj onto the stage, please. Dr. Ravi from APSSDC. Dr. Sujit Kumar Singh. Shri Rajiv Kumar Yadav ji. Okay, thank you so much. I think before we take a break, I would like to have a group photo, sir. We'll take a group picture here or outside. It's very hot, sir. Very hot. Now we can take outside on the steps, stairs. Yeah. We'll quickly go out and take one picture. Please join. Yeah. I would like to thank all the online participants also. Thank you so much.